All right, so let's dive into AI and the future of work.
Yeah.
It's been generating a lot of buzz lately, and, you know,
Mhm.
it seems like a lot of you are curious about how this is all going to play out.
Yeah.
You know how AI might reshape the job market,
hmm
and you send in some really interesting articles and notes.
It's a hot topic.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to try to explore some,
Right.
some potential scenarios here.
Yeah.
And I think you might be surprised by the range of possibilities.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh,
There's no one-size-fits-all answer.
right.
Yeah, instead of like a clear prediction,
Uh,
we have all these competing hypotheses about AI's impact
okay.
with all these different implications.
So let's start with what might be the most unsettling prediction,
Okay.
the one that gets a lot of attention,
Yeah.
the takeover hypothesis.
Right.
This is the idea that AI will eventually automate most jobs,
Mm.
leaving very few options for human workers.
Yeah, it's
I've even seen it compared to rising water levels, slowly engulfing the landscape.
Yeah, that's a vivid analogy.
Yeah.
And it's been around for a while, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of the sources even mentioned a computer scientist,
Uh-huh.
Hans Moravec.
Okay.
And he was writing about this back in 1997.
Wow.
He argued that this rising tide of automation
Right.
would start with like routine tasks,
Uh-huh.
but eventually it would reach even the most skilled professions.
Oh, wow. So it's like
Yeah.
it's a pretty sobering thought.
It is.
But it's important to remember that this is just one possible scenario.
Exactly.
There's also the complementarity hypothesis,
Right.
which offers a more optimistic outlook.
Yeah.
It suggests that instead of replacing humans,
Uh-huh.
AI will primarily augment our existing jobs
Yeah.
and even create new ones entirely.
Think of it as like a collaboration
Okay.
rather than a competition.
Okay.
The source gave a great example,
Yeah.
AI-assisted surgery,
Oh, wow.
where algorithms can analyze medical images
Mm-hmm.
and guide surgeons with incredible precision.
Okay.
And this frees up the surgeon
Yeah.
to focus on the more complex and nuanced aspects of the procedure.
So they can focus on the things that really require that human touch.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a great example.
Yeah.
Now, the third prediction,
Okay.
the bipolar distribution hypothesis,
Yeah.
is the one that seems to resonate with a lot of economists.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
Yeah, this hypothesis suggests that AI might lead to a more polarized job market.
It predicts growth at both ends of the spectrum.
Okay.
So we'd see an increase in demand
Uh-huh.
for high-skill, high-wage jobs,
Like what?
like software engineers, data scientists,
Okay.
but also low-skill, low-wage jobs,
Okay.
things that require personal interaction,
Like your barbers.
barbers,
Yes.
healthcare workers.
Okay, so what happens to everyone in the middle? Are those jobs just going to vanish?
The hypothesis suggests that middle-skill jobs,
Okay.
the ones that are routine-based,
Mm-hmm.
that can be easily codified.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones that are most susceptible to automation.
So, but that raises an important question then about the potential societal consequences.
it's like huge implications.
Like income inequality
Yes.
and the need for retraining and
And social safety
the
nets.
social safety nets.
Governments and educational institutions.
Yeah.
They need to address these issues proactively.
Yeah. It's clear that these are really complex issues.
They are.
With far-reaching implications.
Absolutely.
So to make this a bit more tangible,
Okay.
one of the sources focused on a specific example,
Mm-hmm.
truck drivers.
Right.
There are currently over 2 million truck drivers in the U.S. alone.
It's a huge profession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a profession that could be significantly impacted by self-driving technology.
Yeah, and this is just one example.
Right.
You can imagine similar dynamics
Mhm.
playing out across all sorts of industries,
All right.
from manufacturing and logistics to customer service and even finance.
Wow.
The key takeaway here is
Yeah.
that AI has the potential to disrupt a wide range of jobs,
Regardless of
regardless of skill level.
tier level or income.
So we've looked at these three different hypotheses for the future of work,
Right.
but the source also went a bit deeper,
Okay.
specifically looking at how AI might impact professional careers.
Yeah. Professions.
What exactly makes a profession distinct from just a job?
Well, professions are typically characterized by specialized knowledge,
Okay.
a higher level of responsibility,
Mm-hmm.
and often require extensive education and training.
Okay, so like doctors, lawyers, accountants,
Exactly.
those are roles
Those
that...
have historically held a certain prestige.
Yeah.
and commanded higher salaries.
Right, because of the specialized skills involved.
Exactly.
And one of the sources cited these experts,
Okay.
Susskind and Susskind, who analyzed the potential tension between professionals and their clients.
Yeah. They argue that professionals often prefer work that's customized
Right.
and non-routine,
Yeah, they want
operating in markets
Yeah, they like market.
where there's limited competition.
Where there's limited competition, right?
But on the flip side,
Yeah, but on the flip side,
clients typically prefer services that are standardized,
Yeah.
efficient, and available at a competitive price.
right,
So it's almost like this.
it's this difference in priorities
Yeah.
that creates a potential opening for disruption.
So how does AI fit into this picture?
Well, one of the sources highlighted two key factors
Okay.
that make professions susceptible to disruption by AI.
Okay, what's the first one?
First, professional services can be expensive,
Yeah, that's true.
and that creates barriers to access.
That makes sense.
Think about it.
Uh-huh.
Using tax software is a lot cheaper than hiring the CPA.
Yeah, that's true. And I can see how AI could make those services
Yeah.
more accessible to a wider range of people.
Exactly.
But what's the second factor?
The second factor is the way professionals sometimes limit access to their knowledge.
Okay.
It can be difficult for clients
Right.
to understand what they're paying for
Mm-hmm.
or to explore alternative solutions.
Okay.
And this restriction of knowledge
Yeah.
can create a barrier to innovation and competition.
Interesting.
And AI could disrupt this
Uh-huh.
by making information more readily available.
So it's almost like AI could democratize access to professional knowledge and expertise.
Yeah, in a way.
But does that mean professionals are doomed to be replaced by robots?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
AI is still in its early stages.
Right.
There are many tasks that require human judgment, creativity, and empathy
Yeah.
that AI just can't replicate,
At least not yet.
at least not yet.
Right.
Yeah,
So it sounds like instead of thinking about AI as this job-stealing monster,
right.
we should be thinking about it more as like a
Yeah.
collaborator,
A tool.
a tool
Yeah,
that can help us
I can help us be even better.
be better at what we do. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's a much healthier and more productive perspective.
I agree.
The real challenge then becomes how we adapt to these changes.
Right.
How do we develop the skills and knowledge that will be valuable in a future where AI is so integrated into our work lives?
Yeah, that's a big question.
It
There's
is.
a lot of people who are thinking about this.
Yeah, I'm sure. And one of the sources did mention that AI is already having an impact on various professions.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They brought up AI-powered tools in the legal field
Okay.
that can assist with things like document review and legal research. These were traditionally tasks done by paralegals or even junior lawyers.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
And we're seeing similar trends in other areas. Like medicine. AI is being used to diagnose diseases,
Uh-huh.
analyze medical images,
Wow.
even assist with surgeries.
It really does seem like AI is on track to become an indispensable tool.
Yeah, across a wide range of professions.
So if we imagine a future where AI is commonplace in these fields, what does that mean for the people working in those professions?
Right.
Will lawyers be more like AI whisperers,
Yeah,
guiding and interpreting the output of these sophisticated algorithms?
it's possible.
Will surgeons be working side by side with AI-powered surgical robots?
Yeah, those are definitely possibilities.
And it raises some interesting questions
For sure.
about how professional training and education will need to evolve.
Right. But again, it's important to remember
Yeah.
that AI is still a tool
Right.
and it has its limitations.
Okay.
One of the sources emphasized that there are many tasks that require
Yeah.
uniquely human qualities.
Right.
Judgment, creativity, empathy,
Mm-hmm.
that AI hasn't quite mastered yet.
So it seems like the key takeaway here
Yeah.
is that while some aspects of these professions may be automated,
Right.
the core skills and expertise that make a professional
Mhm.
will still be highly valuable.
Exactly. The challenge and the opportunity
Yeah.
is to figure out how to leverage AI's strengths
Mm.
while also developing and honing
Yeah.
our own uniquely human skills.
It sounds like navigating the future of work in the age of AI will require a delicate balance of
Yeah.
embracing technological advancements
Right.
while staying true to what makes us human.
I like that.
So taking a step back and looking at all of this,
Okay.
what do you think are the most crucial takeaways for our listener?
I think the most important thing to remember is that the future of work
Yeah.
is inherently uncertain.
Right.
There's no crystal ball
Yeah.
that can tell us exactly what's going to happen.
Right, but based on the information we have,
Yeah.
it seems pretty clear that the interplay between humans and AI is going to be a defining characteristic of the coming decades.
I think so.
So it's less about predicting the future with certainty, and more about understanding the possibilities and preparing ourselves to adapt.
Precisely.
Okay.
Some jobs will undoubtedly be automated.
Yeah.
New jobs will be created, and many existing jobs will be transformed.
In ways we can't even imagine yet.
Yeah, in ways we may not be able to fully envision right now.
The key is adaptability.
The key is adaptability.
So it's not just about what we know today, but about our ability to learn and evolve as the technological landscape changes.
Exactly.
One of the sources did mention specific skills that might be particularly valuable in a future shaped by AI.
Like what?
Things like creativity, critical thinking, complex problem solving, and emotional intelligence.
Those are all incredibly important skills that AI still struggles with.
It's interesting to think that by focusing on what makes us distinctly human, we might actually be preparing ourselves for the future of work better than if we were trying to outcompete the machines.
I agree.
That makes sense.
Instead of competing with AI, we should be figuring out how to collaborate with it, how to leverage its strengths to enhance our own.
One of the sources also emphasized the importance of social skills in this future.
Absolutely. As automation takes over more routine tasks, the ability to communicate effectively, collaborate with others, and build strong relationships.
It's going to become even more essential.
Even more essential.
Yeah.
These are skills that will be in high demand.
Across the board?
Across a wide range of professions and industries.
So what you're saying is that the future belongs to those who can embrace change.
Yeah.
Cultivate their human strengths and find ways to work effectively alongside AI.
I think that's a very insightful way to put it.
Okay.
We need to view AI not as a threat, but as a powerful tool that can help us achieve more than we ever could on our own.
So it's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity to reimagine work.
Yeah.
To create new possibilities and redefine what it means to be successful in the 21st century.
We're at a pivotal moment, it feels like. We've talked about the different ways AI could impact the job market, you know, from mass automation to a more collaborative future. We even dug into how professions might be reshaped.
Yeah. And it's not just about individual jobs or careers.
Right.
This has implications for our entire society.
Yeah, for sure.
One of the sources mentioned the need for new social safety nets and retraining programs.
Right, especially if that bipolar distribution hypothesis.
Yeah, especially if that one.
Yeah, it's accurate.
Yeah.
That's a crucial point. It seems like preparing for a future with AI will require a collaborative effort from governments, educational institutions, and individuals.
It's not something any one group can tackle alone.
No. But let's shift gears for a moment.
Okay.
And think about this from a personal perspective.
Right.
If someone's listening to this and feeling a little overwhelmed by all this talk of AI and a future of work,
understandably,
what advice would you give them?
I'd say first and foremost, don't panic.
Okay.
Change can be unsettling, but it also presents opportunities. Instead of fearing the unknown, try to embrace it.
Yeah.
With a sense of curiosity.
Okay.
What new skills can you learn?
Yeah, what new fields might you be interested in?
Yeah, explore.
Exploring.
Yeah.
Remember, adaptability is key.
Adaptability is key.
So it's not about trying to predict the future with perfect accuracy, but about being prepared to adapt and evolve as things change.
Exactly.
Earlier you mentioned the importance of focusing on our uniquely human skills.
Yes.
Could you elaborate on that a bit more?
Sure.
What are some practical steps someone could take to cultivate those skills?
One of the sources actually has some interesting suggestions.
Okay.
They talked about engaging in creative pursuits, whether it's writing, painting, or even coding.
Okay.
They also highlighted practicing critical thinking.
Like how?
Engaging in thoughtful discussions, analyzing information from multiple sources, even learning to identify and challenge your own biases.
So it sounds like a lot of this boils down to being an active learner, someone who is constantly seeking out new information and experiences.
Yeah, and not being afraid to step outside their comfort zone.
Right. And it's important to remember that learning doesn't have to be confined to a formal classroom setting.
Totally.
There are so many resources available online.
Oh, yeah, online courses, podcasts like this one.
Well, speaking of podcasts, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We explored 3 competing hypotheses for the future of work.
Right.
looked at the potential impact on truck drivers as a real-world example, and even dug into the potential vulnerabilities and opportunities AI presents to professional careers.
We talked about the societal implications, the importance of lifelong learning, and the need to cultivate those uniquely human skills.
Right, the ones that will continue to be valuable in a future shaped by AI.
Exactly.
It's been a fascinating and insightful conversation.
I agree.
But before we wrap up,
okay,
is there a final thought-provoking question you'd like to leave our listener with?
Yes, absolutely. Given everything we've discussed, I'd ask if you could design your ideal future of work.
Okay.
One where humans and AI collaborate effectively. What would that look like?
Yeah.
What role would you play in shaping that future?
That's a powerful question.
I hope so.
And one that I hope our listeners will take some time to reflect on.
Me too.
It's clear that the future of work is full of possibilities.
It is.
And by embracing lifelong learning, cultivating our human strengths, and viewing AI as a collaborator rather than a competitor,
right,
we can navigate these changes and create a future where both humans and technology thrive.
Well said.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into AI and the future of work.
It's been a pleasure.
Keep those brains buzzing, and we'll see you next time.